So today I'm going to be using my Sawzall. Well, actually it's not my Sawzall, it's my dad's Sawzall. But this piece up here behind me, I had forgotten that the reason that I left it was because it is bolted into the ceiling. It's what was holding up the upper cabinets in the kitchen. And so when I was tearing everything else down, I just left it for now. Well, that was like a year ago, so it's time to take it down. So I brought a Sawzall to hopefully be able to cut those bolts, and then hopefully it will just come on down. So that's a project for today. So you might remember that one of my plans, one of my projects when I bought this building was that I knew that the doors were sagging pretty considerably. Let's see, I'm trying to, so you can see there's quite a gap. And then now the hinges, you know, look like they could just fall off at any time. So my project today is to try and get those replaced. I've got the hinges, got some screws, got my screwdriver, and hopefully can get that done pretty quick. So for now I just put on 2 hinges, one here at the bottom and then one at the top. You can see I just have 3 screws in there for now, just because of the amount I brought with me. I couldn't remember how many screws each hinge took. But already the door just sits a whole lot better. So that's cool. Gonna get the other one done and then move on to other things. So this door is gonna be a little more tricky. You can see it's still got quite a gap here at the top. And the hinges aren't as loose, and so it won't go up further. I don't know if it's been re-screwed in at some point and done inappropriately or what, but I'm gonna have to take off the old hinges and try and get the door up where it needs to be while putting on the new hinges. So as a one-man job, it might be interesting, but we'll see how it goes. So that went easier than I expected. I was able to get the hinges off and then lift the door up into place where I wanted it, and then I'm just using this piece of lumber as kind of a wedge to keep it where I want it. So now I'm gonna get the hinges on. So it's all finished. It's obviously still an old door, but it's not falling off. There's a little bit of a gap at the top, but less than there was. So all in all, I'm happy with it. I think it turned out decent, and it will keep the building going for a long while. Today I'm working on a project at my parents' house, and the reason I'm sharing it with you is because I think it helps you to see a little bit of the name for my channel and my Facebook page, which is Home Sweet Home Farmhouse Restoration. And for me, it's not just a name, like the farmhouse part of it. Like my parents have a big garden and we raise chickens and different things like that. Apple trees and all sorts of things like that. And so for me, part of what I'm doing at my house is I want it to be a farmhouse, not just in name, but in practice. Now that doesn't mean I definitely plan on having like lots of livestock or things, but to be a farm of sorts. And so today I've been working on getting a little farm stand going at my parents' house. We've had one in the past, but it's been a number of years. And we have extra things in the garden. It's doing really well this year. And also just with food prices going up and things, prices in the stores have gotten really high, and to be able to share with people but also make a little money ourselves is huge. So just thought I'd share a little bit of what I'm doing with that, because I'm not at my house working right now, but this is also part of what I do. So just wanted to show you that. I'm working on a signboard to put out by the road, but trying to use what we have. Found these pieces of really thin plywood out in one of our buildings, and they've been sitting there for years and haven't been being used. So and then I wanted to put hinges on this, but I couldn't find hinges, so I'm going to use this. I don't even know what it is, but I found it in my dad's shop, and just I have found some little screws, and I'm going to put probably 2 or 3 panels of it here, and then I'm just gonna screw it down and then fold it, and then I'll put it on the other piece too, and I'll make like a triangle or like a bifold kind of thing to put out by the road. So I'll show it to you as it gets done. Well, I feel like I got a good amount done this week. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing what I'm doing. I think that living room that I've been working on getting the boards down, I'm thinking that it's probably about 75% done getting the boards off the walls. So it's kind of, like I mentioned earlier, it's kind of like a puzzle. Like you got to get this part of the wall down to get this one down, but you can't take this one down until that one's down, but that one can't come all the way down until that one comes down. So it's been kind of confusing, not confusing, but I get started, get halfway through a wall, and then I have to stop and work on a different wall. So kind of putsy like that. But yeah, I'm happy with my progress. Obviously, I wish I was further along. That's always the case, but glad I've made it as far as I have. And if you enjoy watching my videos, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and maybe shared with a friend. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.